Alert forecast.
For a large part of the summer, the word of the day kept being heat dome, heat dome, heat dome. Hot weather, multiple days in the 90s. However, when we look in the upper levels of the atmosphere and we see where that warm air is and where that cool air is, it shows right now that we're kind of on that boundary between warm to the southwest and cooler air to the north. But that's going to start to change as we get to the last couple of days of meteorological summer. We're going to see a dip in the atmospheric flow. And what that means is that cooler air will start to move towards us. So by the time we get to Sunday afternoon, it's going to feel quite a bit different than what we'll experience today. And that cooler weather is going to hang around the Great Lakes region for the next several days to follow. So Monday, Tuesday, even into Wednesday. Temperatures are expected to be cooler than where they're supposed to be for this time of year, much more like fall than we will be expecting for the last few days of summer. Today, though, not too bad. About where we're supposed to be for this time of year. A high of about 81 degrees. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds. We're not worried about rain today. And look at those temperatures dropping, though. 82 on Saturday, once again, about normal. And then we go down to 75 on Sunday, 70 for that high on Monday, and we hang out in the low to mid 70s for the first half of next week. These days with highs in the low to mid 70s is normal for late September, early October. Just to put into reference how abnormal this cool air is. And I also want to point out we've got some cool mornings as well coming up. Tuesday morning, temperatures are expected to be in the upper 40s at times. Same case for Wednesday morning as well. I dug through the data yesterday just because I was curious. And the last time we saw a morning low below 50 degrees was back on June 2nd when we had a low of 40 degrees. So it's just a sign that we're starting to get into the cooler season. But the good news is this, I'd say cool wave, not necessarily heat wave, but cool wave isn't expected to last too long. Now let's talk rain chances. Honestly, we do not have a whole lot of rain coming over the next 7 days. A few showers are possible on Saturday. Same case for next Thursday. But even with these few showers, the rain won't amount to much, maybe a tenth of an inch at most. And you can see First Alert Future Track keeping us dry throughout the entire evening tonight. So Friday night football staying nice and dry. Much of your Saturday is going to be dry as well. I would not cancel your outdoor plans, but just know as we get into Saturday afternoon and the evening, you'll see a few pops of green on this map. Those are those very hit and miss rain showers springing up across 21 country as that cold front starts to approach us. So some of you might get unlucky for 30 minutes or so with a rain shower popping up on top of you, but honestly, that's about as long as I expect them to last, and they'll start to dissipate, and we'll see drier conditions for the second half of the weekend. It's just going to be a little bit cooler, so just keep that in mind. Your First Alert 7-day forecast shows dry conditions prevailing even as we get into next week. Monday, a high of 70 degrees, mostly sunny, plenty of sunshine on Tuesday. Same case for Wednesday, same case for Thursday. But we are adding a couple of degrees each day. So we go from 71 on Tuesday to 74 on Wednesday, 78 for that high next Thursday. And when I look at the data beyond the 7 days, and obviously it's not displayed here, it does look like temperatures are going to start to get back to normal. So upper 70s, low 80s for the highs for, I'd say, the first couple of days of September can be expected.
But lower humidity pretty much across the board.
At least for the next 7 days, yeah. It looks like the air is going to be nice and crisp.
Best news.
I agree.
All right. Caleb, thank you.